Welcome back to Man Across New Horizons. I'm videodiary, and shall we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhollow today, where we'll be vibing out as per usual. I suppose some big word. Okay, I should stop saying everything is big news. You know, it's certainly a bad habit of mine of describing everything using the same adjective. So I'd be just like a little problem. Big news when that sort of like means that everything seems to be on the same equal ground from my perspective, despite the fact that things are not actually on equal ground. Not even from my perspective, but from your perspective, everything's just on the same equal... Wait, hold on, that's what I mean. From your perspective, everything's on the same equal ground, despite it not actually being. Hello everyone, right now in Fawnhallow at 6:08 PM on Wednesday, October 12th, 2022. So some thing which happened is my new display tablet got delivered today, and you might be like, dear darling, how is it? Have you drawn anything? I have not even opened it yet. It's still sitting in its packaging. I'm gonna go set it up probably after dinner or something like that, after I record this, after we eat some dinner and that sort of thing. And you might be just sitting there being like, what, how can you do this, how could you leave it so late till to doing something? I always think about this conversation I had with one of my friends about hold on, I need to get my stream deck open. Yeah, hold on, it's me. It is, but I also think about this conversation I had with my friend about ordering stuff. We're talking about Amazon, but I suppose it's quite applicable to anything in general, about how he finds it. And, actually I was talking to two of my friends, I think, in that conversation. Maybe three, I don't even remember, but I can't remember what one of them said. But two of them were basically like, it's super exciting. You don't get that feeling as soon as you order a thing, the only thing you can think, well, not the only thing you can think about, but you're super excited, obviously hyperbole, for that package to come, and you're just like, you can't even like wait. And then the best part is, as soon as it comes, you can just immediately rip into it and open it up and get whatever, it doesn't even matter what you ordered, but just like the excitement of being able to open a new package which you specifically ordered and got delivered to you is like, I don't know, like thrilling, exciting, like exhilarating, that's the word. And my response was no. Like, should that be the case? And and of course, when he was the only first one to mention it, I was like, whatever, different jokes are different folks. But and then my other friend was just like, no, yeah, I get that as well. I'm just like, am I the weird one? And the answer is probably I mean, weird is probably quite like a loaded term, I suppose, in that sense. It's just more like I suppose it's quite fitting to my personality, if anything, being quite sort of mildly mannered and reactionary towards mild reactions to things in the first place. But yeah, I don't know, is that other things other people get, when you order something off Amazon, you highly okay, I'm not gonna say I don't anticipate things when I come, I've ordered my display tablet, I'm just like, yeah, I'm exciting it's coming, but is it something I'm constantly thinking about? No, it gets here when it gets here, and when it gets here, I'm like, cool, and then I'll, when I've actually got it in my hands and I'm using it, that's when I'll be, this is kind of exciting, I suppose. But even still, I think it's probably no surprise that the way I react to things is certainly a lot more muted than other people's reactions to things. So, when I say I'm quite excited, it's probably, in other people's, like, I am quite, I'm pleased, and other people's, like, I'm excited is my, like, I don't even know. I've never reached that state of exaltation before. Okay, that's probably not true, but you know what I'm getting at, basically. But yeah, I mean, I don't get that feeling when I order something off Amazon, etc., etc. I don't know, we were just talking about Amazon, which is why I say it, but I suppose if I order anything in general, it's not like I'm not anticipating it, but it's not like it's particularly taking up much space in my mind. It's not something that I'm not even going to say it's not something that's not taking up space in my mind, because I guess the way I'd say it is, that was a really confusing sentence, is if you asked me about it, of how I was feeling about it, I'd be like, yeah, I'm looking forward to it coming. Well, my friends would be like, oh, I can't wait for it to get here, or something. I was like, oh man, I'm so excited for when it comes. And of course, I may play into that part a little bit, social conventions, all that sort of thing dictates that you should be excited about these sort of things. So, if someone I didn't know very well would ask me, is like, oh, what do you think about that, you ordering XYZ, like if I ordered a guitar or something, you'd be like, are you excited for it to come? I'd be like, oh yeah, I can't wait, I'm going to play so many songs, it's going to be great. But if it was someone who I knew well, who was like, oh, what do you think about your guitar coming? I'd be like, yeah, I think it'll be cool when it comes. And I don't know, Yeah, but I don't know. The part that was always interesting to me about that conversation specifically was that he was just like, it's not even about necessarily about what he ordered, because to me, I feel like the most important thing is definitely the content of what I ordered. He might have been like exaggerating, is probably what I'd say, but you know, he just kind of wanted to stress the idea of the fact that opening the package is really exciting. It's exhilarating. It's like the first thing you do as soon as it's like ding dong, delivery driver's here. Here's the package for you. Sign here, and he sits down, first thing that rips it open, because that's the most exciting part. And then, you know, the sort of euphoria you get from it, like the dopamine rush is, you know, I was going to say like none other, but, you know, that's certainly not true, and also probably not what you meant. But just like, it's really nice and fun and exciting, and, you know, if anything, I'm a little bit sad I don't get that sort of exhilaration from just opening a package or anything like that. I don't mean that in a dismissive sense, just like a, man, you know, I wish I look forward to something as much as, you know, you look forward to those Amazon packages. I feel like I'm very tempered about things. I'm much too on the side of like, I don't know, pragmaticness. Sorry, a little bit of a pause there, but yeah, just like the general idea of being super excited to open just a regular old parcel or anything. It's just like, I don't know. I guess that's kind of cool. I mean, I do, you know, this is something I tend to notice. I do try, not generally, but, you know, obviously, you know, opposites attract in that sort of sense. I wonder if it's how true this is. Sorry, and I've got so many thoughts going on, and and it probably makes no sense to you. I was thinking about the fact that, you know, generally my friends are quite excitable people, and, you know, I was thinking, you know, it's reflection about that. I'm quite a sort of mild-mannered, quite sort of, I don't know. All my reactions are quite mild when it comes to everything, you know, both negative and positive, I suppose, in a certain sense, but like at least outwardly, as I understand it. But I was just thinking, I was like, you know, opposites attract and that sort of thing. I wonder if, you know, subconsciously I'm like, I try and surround myself by people who are much more expressive, who are much more, you know, excitable for these sort of things, and maybe that's why I'm just like, oh, you know, of course all my friends are just like, you know, opening pack. No, I shouldn't say all my friends. Of course the friends I was talking to are just like, oh man, opening a package is awesome, you know. At the same time, you know, you might be like, what do you think about it when, like, opening presents on your birthday or Christmas? I'm not really sure. It's been a very long time since I've had, like, to unwrap a present. Actually, has it been? Maybe it hasn't been. But I've often said this before, but I don't mind presents, like physical presents. I just tend to have very specific tastes, so I know, I very much know I'm very difficult to please with that sort of thing. So, you know, if you ever want to buy me a gift, and I always just tell my friends, you know, buy me a plushie, I general broad strokes, I quite like plushies, so, you know, you can't really go wrong with that sort of thing. But, you know, I do like things like clothes as well, but of course I have specific tastes in fashion. You know, some things I might be like, yes, some things I might be like, I never wear that, but, you know, thank you for it anyway. And some things be like, I might not even wear that all that often, but, you know, I'd still appreciate it a lot, because I'm just like, oh yeah, this is from like a really cool like aesthetic or fashion, which, you know, I don't usually wear, or that sort of thing. I don't know, you know, I guess, you know, the TLDR of this is people are complicated, and I am a person, so I guess I am also complicated in certain aspects. Where am I going with this conversation? Anyway, opening presents. So yeah, opening presents on like my birthday or Christmas, that sort of thing. I can't even remember the last time I had like a wrapped up present and opened it. But I would say I don't think I'm particularly that exhilarated by it. Maybe I was when I was younger, but I think I was more excited by the present itself rather than the unwrapping process. Like I feel like the unwrapping process, I'm not going to say it's a net zero amount of positivity in my life, but I feel like it is far outweighed by the fact I've got something in the first place, you know. Whenever I used to get presents when I was younger, now I think about it, you know. I mean, I don't remember the times when I like unwrap the presents and see something cool. I just remember the times I actually play with the presents, or I'm like, or I'm expecting or wanting to get a certain present or not. I don't know why I have this one random memory, but I remember there's these toys. I can't remember what they're called. I think I talked about them actually before on a Animal Crossing episode, but I cannot recall their name. But they look like basically a little test tube, but basically in the era of the early 2000s of like portable pets and that sort of thing, you know, along the lines of Tamagotchis, etc. But this one was like a little puppet that floated in water and like was upside down test tube, and it had strings to like move it as like a puppet. And I remember like seeing it at the Entertainer, which is like a small, it's not small, it's actually quite big, chain toy store at some point, and being like, oh, I really want that. And then like at one point, and then, spoiler alert, my parents later got me like 2 of these for Christmas, and I remember talking to my sister, like, and we were looking at the presents under the tree and that sort of thing, and we were just trying to sort of divine and guess what some of them were, and like I held up that toy, and basically being like, I wonder what this is. I don't even know what it is. And then my sister being like, oh, I know what that is. and she did, I suppose. And that was not really much of a story, but I suppose my focus on that was not, I don't remember the moment of me opening up that present being like, oh yeah, it's this toy I always wanted. I just remember the anticipation for it, I suppose, and trying to divine what it is and actually playing with it later on. So who knows? I don't know. I guess the same way that people love to pop bubble wrap, and I'm like, popping bubble wrap is cool, but I wouldn't spend that long doing it because I feel like it gets kind of old kind of quickly. I'll be perfectly honest. I mean, I understand why people like doing it, and bubble wrap's a bit of a different case because I think it's a lot of it's in the certain satisfaction of hearing that sort of noise. That's not a very good pop noise. How do you make a good sort of like bubble pop noise? I don't really know. Also, why is your desk backwards, Raymond? What on earth? Did you turn your desk around? Wait, did you replace your desk with a different desk? Oh, you know what? At some point, Raymond must have asked me for his desk. Because I'm pretty sure that's not his normal desk, unless he works backwards on it for some apparent reason. Very strange. I don't know why you would replace that desk, though. I mean, it would make sense. Just, like, rotate it around, Raymond. Also, what did you give us? A golden candlestick? We don't need that. I need a drink of water, though, and I need to cough. Yeah, so I don't know. Opening things, is it thrilling? Is it not thrilling? Ripping off wrapping paper? I don't know. Bubble wrap. I would say I like popping bubble wrap probably more than I like unwrapping a present. At least that action of it. I suppose I'd probably prefer receiving a present over receiving bubble wrap as a gift, but I understand it's also something that you just sort of like fidget with, and it's something to like just keep your hands busy and that sort of thing. And actually, going back to like the questions which one of my friends poses to our Discord server, like not we did out in Discord server, my personal circle of friends Discord server. One of them I remember was like, how often do you fidget throughout the day? And I remember I answered like, I barely ever fidget or that sort of thing. I'm not very antsy in my seat or anything. I can just sort of sit just like pretty still and that sort of thing and just be fine. Like it. Like I don't know. And like I guess what people have is people have like a sort of like the same way you get an itch, you get sort of like an uncontrollable urge to just basically like do something with your fingers while you're sitting there, or that sort of thing. I guess bubble wrap sort of scratches that same itch, which I don't necessarily have as much. I think I'm starting to get to the bottom of it. I wonder if that's some sort of overlap as well. I wonder if there's a correlation between liking the process of popping bubble wrap to also liking the process of unwrapping gifts or opening packages or opening parcels or something like that. I don't know. Clearly, my brain did not, it was born without that sort of satisfaction center. But now is an interesting question is like, what do I like and find super satisfying, which other people don't necessarily? I'm not really sure. Off the top of my head, I think that's a bit of a difficult question to answer. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, opening presents, it's okay, again, it's not like super thrilling. It's just more like using the thing, which is more exciting. Oh yeah, no, I forgot. This is always to go full circle. This is so eventually I'm going to set up my display tablet, and I don't know what the first thing I'm going to draw is. I guess commissions, but that's a bit boring. But I think I was thinking of, because obviously I was in talks of doing this for so long, and I haven't worked on it since, but doing a VTuber model, you might be like, how's that going? The base model is done, I just haven't shaded it yet, and also I'm not sure if I've done the arms correctly, so I might have to redo the arms at some point. I don't know what's going to be up with that, but I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. You probably won't even see the arms most of the time, I think, in the actual model puppet itself. So I don't know why I've done a full body. It's a bit pointless. I should have just done a half a body. But another thing I was thinking about is the fact that I should probably update my YouTube avatar, like my icon and my banner and that sort of thing, and with the sort of new style that Dee's got going on. So yeah, maybe I'll try drawing something like that. With maybe I'll try it in a different style. I don't really know. I've just thought of an image that could be a fun avatar, fun icon, or fun banner. I don't know if it'll work or not, but we'll see. Maybe I'll draw it, maybe I won't. I mean, okay, I will draw it eventually, but is it going to be the first thing I draw? I don't know, probably not. The only thing I'm thinking about is like not the excitement of being like, oh man, I can't wait to finally set up this oh man, you know, new gadget, so exciting. But the only thing I'm thinking of right now is like, I wonder how much setup there is to actually get this working. You know, I'm gonna have to set it up, I'm gonna have to calibrate it properly, I'm gonna have to make sure everything's working, I'm gonna have to figure out a system for my desk. Like, I'm running out of desk space, like where to put it, where should it be. I think one thing I certainly need to do, because it acts like a separate screen, right? So I no longer need to be concerned with it connecting to my dominant screen or not dominant screen, right? I just have a third screen now, which is solely just for the display tablet, right? It's basically I'm connecting another monitor. Actually, I never actually checked. Does my graphics card have an HDMI port? That'd be bad if it doesn't. Let's see. I have a 1080 Ti HDMI port. I have a rear 1080 Ti with 3 display ports along with an HDMI 2.0 port. There's only 3 display ports? I can't even see it properly. Well, okay, that's good. One of them is HDMI. So, because I'm pretty sure the display tablet is an HDMI, or requires HDMI. So that's good, I think. You know how prepared I am. I even watched a video about how to set up a display tablet, despite the fact I absolutely, obviously didn't need to. It probably comes with like a quick start. You know, that's one thing which is super awesome with electronics nowadays. Is they always come with like quick start guides where it's just like, here's what you do: plug us in, plug us in, plug us in, boot it up, you're done. And it's just like, wonderful. Even though, you know, I probably could have figured it out anyway. It's really nice for people, especially if you're not so technologically like experienced, you know, to set things up. But now you can, it sort of just broadens the amount of people, the audience who can actually participate and interact with technology in the first place. Isn't that cool? Oh no, sorry, I don't know. Opening packages, bubble wrap, if anything like that. Yeah, opening packages. I'm not going to say it's annoying per se, but one thing that does annoy me from it is like, look how much waste there is at the end. Like how much packaging there is, you know. Especially like if you had ordered something from Amazon and it's been like, and you've got like a massive box for such like a tiny item. Like that happened recently. Like I ordered like a laptop, like covering case, ended up being a bit too big, but you know I'm still using it anyway. And then Amazon, for whatever reason, gave me an absolutely massive box. The laptop case is only meant to be like a 15.4 inch one, which, and it turns out my laptop's 15 inch, but, you know, whatever. Yeah, I'm still using it anyway. I don't know necessarily if I should or not, but maybe at some point I should get like an actual proper fitting laptop sleeve. But anyway, I got one of those. They just sent me an absolutely massive box. Like, they sent me like, it was almost like half a meter by a meter or something. It was insanely big. No, that's probably too big. Hold on. It was probably like a third of a meter by half a meter. And I was like, this is insanely big box. And like most of it was just empty space. And they just, obviously they stuffed a lot of it to like fill up the space with it and wrapped up like brown paper or whatever. And it's just like, you don't need to do this. You could have just given me, like, you could have given it to me in like an envelope. I would have been fine with it. It's like a laptop sleeve. I don't really care, to be perfectly honest, but they do what they do. Amazon's got a process, but it's just like, oh, come on, you don't need all this waste. At least it's better than it used to be, where they used to, like, for anything, they used to send you like all this plastic like airbag thing, which is like, it makes sense certainly if you've got fragiles. You want to cushion them somewhat so they don't get to you and they just become absolutely destroyed. Hopefully, you know, and that was like super like wasteful, like plastic wise. Now, you know, they're using paper, which is at least hopefully recyclable. At least it can degrade in the ground a lot easier than plastic certainly can. But it's just like, I don't know. Surely, like, the problem could be solved just by like not needing such excessive amounts of like packaging space in the first place. I guess it's just sort of a thing where like they probably didn't have a standard packaging size which could fit the laptop case, so they had to use the one there's one which just like treasure hunting game. I'm good. I'm sorry, we don't have enough time. Biscuit, another time. But like the smallest one it could have fit in was unfortunately like it landed awkwardly between 2 sizes or something. So the next size which could actually fit it was just like a huge, gigantic leap up, but it just couldn't fit in the size beneath it. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. But yeah, I don't know. And opening packages, I guess it's kind of cool, but I'm not like it's thrilling. Anyway, I'm going to go round off this episode and maybe set it up. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Any likes, comments, subscription, shares are greatly appreciated. Join me, Dear Darling, Discord, follow me on Twitter down below. Hope we see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now. Bit off Santa there.